Hello fellow crafters, this is Touch of Touche for another episode on creating with the cartridge Country Life. I am really enjoying using this cartridge. Today I want to share with you a new style of card. I believe this is my first video on doing a card, so let's see how well this one goes. I have to be aware of my time frame. I want to try to keep it pretty basic, so a lot of the things that I have that I'm going to be sharing with you today I have already put together beforehand. I'm using the cartridge Country Life, and on this cartridge I used 3 different pages that I was working with today. On page 58 I was doing the barn, and I don't know how well you can see that. I decided I wanted to do the barn. That's on page 58. So I did all the colors that were required to cut out for the barn. And here's the product for that. I thought it came out really nice. And then on the other pages, I decided I wanted, instead of doing a sunrise, I wanted to do a sunset. So on page 72, this is my sunset going behind the hills on the grassy hills, I guess you could say. And then over on page 73 I decided I wanted to do the flowers. So I cut out my flowers. By the way, all of my images were cut out at 3 inches. And then from my cartridge paper doll dress up, I wanted to do the picket fence. Okay, so with the picket fence I cut that out at 1.5 inches, because if I'd have cut that out at the same size, I think it would have been a little too big for the Stair-Step type of card that I'm doing. So I thought this would be kind of fun to work with today. So you're going to get a chance to see me build this and put it together. What you're going to start off with is a piece of cardstock. That cardstock will be measured at 5 by 10.5. So your 10.5 is this way, and your 5 inches is this way. And then you're going to score it with your score pal, or whatever scoring tool you use. You're going to score the first score that you're going to make. You turn it this way to do your scoring. The first score you're going to do is going to be at 1 1/4. Then you're going to go in and score it again at 2.5, and then from that point you'll be measuring out to 4 1/4, out to 6 inches, and then the final measurement is at 8 1/4. And as you can see, I kind of folded it like an accordion, and I used my bone folder to make sure that the creases were nice and tight on both sides. Okay, and then this is the result you should have. One of the key elements you might want to remember is your first fold, the biggest fold, is going to be facing downward. So when you fold it and you fold it downward, then you're going to do the accordion effect. And so your front and your back are going to be downwards. And here is the pages that I'm going to be putting on the inside of my folds. You only need to do it on the side that's facing you, because you're not going to be able to see it from the opposite side. So you're going to watch me construct this, and let's see if I can get through this and show you how it's all done. I'm going to take my ATG gun, and this size here is cut at 4 inches long by 1 inch deep. Okay, so let's go ahead and apply this one. This, I want this to face me, so I'm going to be placing it right about there. Okay, and then my other piece, now my scrap paper that I'm using, it's from my stash, so it's not anything special. I did do some inking. I advise that if you're going to be doing any inking on your papers, make sure you do it prior to attaching it to your project. That's the second one, and then the last one's going to go on the front here. The second one was cut at the same length, 4 3/4, and that one was cut at 1.5 inches. I'm sorry, I did that backwards. It was cut at, yes, it was cut at 1.5 inches. That's right. The back one was cut at 2 inches, and this front one is cut at 1 inch. So this is 4.5 by 1, 4.5 by 1.5, 4.5 by 2. Hope I didn't confuse you. All right. I started from the back, but I did want to make sure that you get your measurements right. Anybody who's writing notes, they're all the same length, but the deepness is a little bit different. Okay. Alrighty. Now, what I want to do is show you how I'm going to be bringing all of this together. Let's start at the back and work our way forward. Here is my sunset. I've already taken the liberty of putting my tacky tape or dimensional tape on the back, and I want this to be just, turn it around this way so you can see, just about there, so that when we stick it down, you'll see the sunset. How cool is that, huh? And then for my next little character that I'm going to place down, peeling off the tape on that, this is my barn, and I'm going to place it right there for the center. Okay, see how all that's coming together? Now, you are going to know that when you're putting this down, that you will be able to put it in an envelope, because it's going to fold up together and lay flat. My last piece that I'm going to put on, I thought about this over and over again. I think I'll put the fence down first. I want to put the fence on, and on the fence, because I couldn't find a stamp that was small enough to say what I wanted it to say. If I can bring it a little closer, you might be able to see what it says. It says, enjoy the simple things in life. You know, so many times we get in such a hurry, and we just simply forget to enjoy the simple things in life, and that's what we need to do. Slow down a little bit, and whether it be your day off or just a time during the day where you just need to stop and just relax and breathe and understand that life moves on. But if you want to stay around and live a little longer, you need to slow down and just enjoy the simple things in life. And I couldn't think of a better way to describe the simple things in life than to show a little farmhouse, or the barn, so to speak, because that seems to be the simpler things in life going on right now. And then for my daisies, I have a little sticky tape on the back of that, and I'm going to peel that off. See if I can get that. There we go. And I thought I would place that right at the top here, because I don't want to cover up the words, and I do want to make sure that you can see my flowers. So this is what your card would look like when it's all complete. This is what it looks like when you send it to the person who opens it up, and they can see they have a 3-dimensional card. I hope that this will inspire you to be creative and to try doing a stair-step card. You can do any kind of theme you want. I think this is so adorable. I want to keep this and put this on my desk in my room, so that sometimes when I get busy, hustle and bustle, and I just need to sit down and think about how much simpler life used to be when we didn't have all the technology that we have now. One more hint I want to explain to you, that if you're going to be sticking a label, that's fine. If you're going to be stamping something on the back, might be a good idea to do that before you start working with your project, or you can lay it out flat as you can, and try to stamp something on the back. Okay, my friends, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to stop by and visit Touch of Touche. Hope this was inspirational for you, and I want you to remember to keep those creative minds working and keep creating. Thanks again.